let you. Yesterday wasn't Halloween. It was April Fool's Day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because all these teams that are losers were subpar 500 teams was kicking butt.
Well, tell us about your outfit, your special little outfit.
This is my morning outfit because I'm going to lay 6-pack the rest today.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Spikes and Heels. I'm Sabrina.
I'm Gwen.
And this week has been so much going on. We have not one hot topic, but two hot topics. What's the first one, Gwen?
Okay, it started first because it happened first. Okay. So the Cardinals are no longer undefeated. Dang. And let's be crystal clear on this one. Mm-hmm. So we picked the Cardinals. With Sabrina, I convinced her to switch. But let me tell you why.
I did that on my own.
I promise you, Sabrina probably was going to go with them.
Go ahead.
I don't know if y'all knew this, but I haven't beaten the Cardinals in the past 2 years. Mm. So then he was down his number one number one target wide receiver. Mm-hmm. They was down 2 wide receivers.
3.
And there was 3. Yes. Then he was down his running back. I was like, ain't no way that dude gonna win. Let me holler at you. Did I not show you he GOAT status?
And it's funny
in Arizona.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny. I've never been a big Aaron Rodgers fan like you or like a lot of people. I'm like, he just don't. I don't know. I just never been on his bandwagon like that. But he showed that he is who he's supposed to be, who people say he is. I got to get with it because he went up in Arizona and they came out with that win. I was shocked.
It's Griff Dennis Earn on my. I'm not sorry. Lamar Dennis Earn on my list. Okay. So I'm always rooting for Earn, but for me to go against him, because think about it, it was an away game. All his targets are not in the game. These dudes undefeated. I easily take that L because
I think most people would have, but you know what?
Ain't no way I saw that. Ray Charles ain't see that coming. I'm sorry.
Okay, no. And then so it's no more undefeated teams anymore, and poor Lions, they are still winless, but I guess that's a whole nother story. Let me tell you something. This is skipping the subject for half a second. I am so glad that Washington don't have to play the Lions or the Jaguars. We will lose both them games, but we will talk about Washington later.
It's so hot topic number 2. Did you see your boy Tom get lit up? Well, I would say lit up because they barely beat them, but ain't nobody had the Saints with Jameis, and then he go out, and then the other boy step in and spank Tom.
Right. So here's the thing, though. The Saints, probably some people did pick the Saints. The Saints defense.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the Saints defense is pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
They beat them twice last year in the regular season. I forgot about that.
You see what I'm saying? And so, and to me, Jameis wasn't the end all to be all. I feel like they won in spite of Jameis this year, not because of him. And so I feel like with him out, that's not a loss as far as I'm concerned. I mean, no personal harm to the man. With him out, I hope he gets better. He had a significant knee injury, but this new dude, I'm like, he came in there and had him rolling too. So
I was like, dang, skip a beat.
So they'll be fine. But yeah, I'm surprised that they beat Tom and them. Wow.
That NFC is all over the place. I just can't. You can't. Let me holler at you about this year, Sabrina. With the injuries and the ups and downs and blah, blah, blah. You can't call it this year. So I'm going to need one more week, Beanie, to do my pick. Because I'm going to need one more week to fatten the calf so I can see what's going on. Because if you call it 2 weeks from now, you're going to be wrong. At least you can't even call the MVP pick. Usually by half mid-season, you could go, the MVP is this. All of these races too close to call, Beanie. We're going to need one more week.
So you said we're going to focus on our MVP and Super Bowl picks.
Exactly, because it's all over the place.
All right.
Point in case, the Bengals was in first place. They just monkey stomped everybody else, and the Jets beat them yesterday. Let me holler at you. Yesterday wasn't Halloween. It was April Fool's Day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because all these teams that are losers were subpar 500 teams was kicking butt. And upsets all over the place. Mm-hmm. The Bengals was in first place. The Jets ain't win but one game.
One or two.
And they took the Bengals out.
Yeah, yesterday was all about unexpected wins for sure. Unexpected wins or losses, however you look at it. It was like 4 different backups came in and beat the other team that they weren't supposed to beat. I mean, the backups was having their day yesterday.
It was April Fool's Day, went on Halloween. Because I was like, what is this? Every game I turned on, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, some of our picks from last week, boy, it was a little rough.
If I got 2 right, I'm happy.
Right.
But it's not my fault because upsets happen, like we tell you ladies, on any given Sunday.
So, once again, they have let us down. We called for Washington to win, and somehow they managed to lose again. Gwen, tell us about your outfit, your special little outfit.
This is my morning outfit because I'm going to lay 6-pack to rest today. That game was so winnable on so many levels, and I have to be honest, Sabrina, did you not see Landon Collins in the role that he should have been in for the beginning of the year? He had a sack. He rushed. That dude, Bridgewater, was in trouble messing with Landon. For the first time, he almost a defensive player of the game.
Right, exactly.
6-pack just blew. Talk about blew it. Oh Lord! Then your man missed 2 block field goals. Sabrina, this dude can't kick. This is why he haven't kicked in 5 years, and we was the only stupid people. Stupid teams to pick this dude up. It is the 3rd one in 2 weeks, which means his trajectory is off. They cannot be. How many block punts or field goals do you see a year? How many block field goals?
Usually that happens to a team once in the season or twice. He's had 3 of them in 2 weeks. And I made the stupid prediction that he was going to win the game-winning field goal this week.
Yo, he blew it for us because had he made those first 2, we wouldn't have had to go for the touchdown on that last drive. We could have got a field goal and won the game. That was more doable than getting a touchdown. Yep. And then 6-pack was overthrowing people all day. Did this dude need glasses? I'm feeling like something is wrong because sometimes he hit it, most of the time he don't. But it's time to sit 6-pack down. I know everybody's saying we already lost this financial year, but I think I'd take Cam at this point, even though I don't think Ron and Cam get along. I say extend the olive branch and get this dude to come play for us. We don't have a quarterback. But what is it going to do at this point? We ain't winning the NFC East, so what's the use of doing that now? We need to focus on long term. 6-pack can't be the long term unless they're going to get somebody in and to teach him to bring. Yeah, I'm not saying it should be 6-pack. I'm just saying it's don't need to bring in somebody for the next 8 games or whatever it is. It's pointless. So use Allen. Yeah. And then draft somebody. And I was the trade deadline is not up to tomorrow. I'm so pressed right now. I want them to go get Griff from Baltimore, just 45 minutes up the road. So a lot of people started quarterback because now we know the problem was him and Jay. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Sabrina? A lot of people are calling for him. A lot of people are calling for Griffin online. I don't agree. Let that ship sail. It's been 10 years now. Let's not relive the past. Sabrina, anything better than what we got now? I'm sorry. What made me mad about 6-pack yesterday? Okay, we came down to the final play. He could at least threw the Hail Mary, which he did. He threw that Hail Mary. He threw it so far and went out the end zone. You got to give people a chance to catch it. He threw it overthrew completely. That's just bumbleheadedness. Bless his heart. And you know, we were 6-pack fans. I ain't even had a chance. My girl made this shirt for me. I ain't even had a chance to rock the shirt. I was waiting for him to have a game. No, it's not in him, Sabrina. I'm sorry. Let's just end it on this note. This is our bye week. So maybe they can regroup, do something. But I'm so disgusted right now. I don't even want to see 6-pack in the game. I know it's not going to do no good. What's done is done. I say play the other boy for the rest of the year and then scrap this year. Get somebody. We don't have a quarterback. And Fitztragic won't be out longer than I told you that. Mm-hmm. And to me, the offensive line ain't all it's cracked up to be. So I don't want Allen to come in there and get himself hurt because I don't think he's as mobile as 6-pack is. So the answer is keep this and be tortured every week. Sabrina, I'm not built for this. You got to at least be trying. Like taking Hopkins out and putting in somebody that haven't kicked in 5 years, you weren't trying. You get no, Serena, honestly, how is that trying? Show some effort. So I wish I would even consider going to any of those games this year. I wish I would consider wasting my time. Trust me, doing those games, I'm gonna be washing, ironing, cleaning, and cooking.
Exactly. That's what I'll be doing too. I'll be doing house stuff. Because and another thing that's getting me, which I don't understand this, Ron Rivera comes off as very like nonchalant to me, like in the post game interviews. He's like, yeah, you know, we just gotta focus. No, it's bigger than just focus or just tweak this or that. There's something going on with coaching. There's something going on at every level. And he's just very nonchalant. And I know you have to stay calm in the face of pressure and in adversity, and you got to stand strong for your team. But they also have to see you fighting and showing like,
exactly.
No, you need to do something. And he never gives off that vibe. And I'm like, I don't know if I like that.
You can't have no melancholy dude. There's no coach. We need somebody clerk that's going to get in there. You stink. Play harder. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying?
That's what they need. He needs somebody. Yeah, we need somebody to kick their behinds for a week.
Exactly.
They're probably going to be going on vacation this week. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I ain't falling for the okie doke no more. They doing rope dope on me. They make me think, oh, they're going to get it, they're going to get it. So it wasn't on the defense today. We're going to see, but let's just it was nice knowing you. We was rooting for you all we can, but I can't do it. No, I got to lay my dude to rest. So been nice knowing you, 6 o'clock, when I'm done. About 6'5". So now, Sabrina, let's do our injury report for the week.
Whew.
We're gonna start. Let's start. Number one, JJ Watt is out for the year for the Cardinals, shoulder surgery. So they're gonna miss him.
Oh, for sure. He was on that sideline talking all that stuff and backing it up when he got out there. He's a leader for their team. So that's definitely going to be, maybe that, you never know, that could be like a little bit of a difference for them not to be first. I don't know.
Exactly. That's going to cost them.
Then we just talked about Jameis Winston. He went out with what they said a significant knee injury. And so I'm sure by the time this airs, there'll be more information about that. But they're thinking he's going to be out for the rest of the season based on what they initially saw. So that's huge.
Okay, then we have Donald concussed. So that should be a week or two, but they said he cleared. I don't get it. Like how you concuss but clear. If they concuss, they concuss. Automatically send them out for a week. But they done changed the rules somehow.
Or maybe when they say they're going into concussion protocol, they're going through the protocol to see if they have a concussion. They say they don't, then they can play.
Sabrina, that dude's concussed. Okay. So lastly, we have Calvin Ridley, wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons. He is going to step away from football to deal with his mental health issues, and I applaud that move.
And I'm glad that the NFL creates a space for you to do that, because I'm sure back in the day, they just want you to just get slung around and just deal it and be in the dirt and it don't matter. And if you take off for mental health, then there's something wrong with you. You weak. No. Like mental health and physical health are equally important to me.
Exactly. Because it's such a taboo on our community that you don't feel open or free to go. Like a couple of segments ago, I mentioned that I see a therapist twice a year, and I had family members calling me like I was in a psych ward.
Oh, God.
And I said to myself, that doesn't mean nothing's wrong with me. Like I don't have to go now. But I think it's in this climate, in this cancel culture, in the fact that, you know, I'm in the house 90% of the time by myself. You got to check yourself to make sure you're mentally healthy. Like one little thing could send you off the edge, and it's not, you know. So just be mindful that they are human first. When they walk off that field, they got to go home to their wives, children, parents, you know. And it's not always an easy transition.
Yep, and because if you already have issues going on, now you're in the spotlight and you have money and you have people in your face, and so it could compound what's already there. So anyway, Calvin, get better, sir.
Yes. And I thought we got a reprieve this year because your boy done re-injured that same side of his body. Last year it was his ankle, now it's his calf.
Well, and it's so funny. I was watching the game last night and I was like, wait a minute, because I fell asleep, believe it or not. And I looked up, why is Dak on the sideline? I was so confused. I don't know how I missed that. And that's when I learned from you and Bobby that he was out for
precautionary. Nah, Jack, he's hurt because they need these games. Yeah. And unfortunately, good night, Irene. This is the day we're recording the day before the trade deadline for this season, and it still hasn't been an official word about Deshaun switching with Tua between the Texans and the Dolphins. Deshaun was smart. Let me holler at you. I think they kind of heard or knew something about the culture in the Texans team because this man got a no trade clause in his contract, which means you can't just trade him away. He has to agree to the team.
Wow. So
maybe that's the issue, but it was said last week that they were going to announce it before the trade deadline. The deadline is tomorrow
at 4:00 p.m.
So what's going on? Even if something up with the money or the picks or something that the Texans was asking for everything, but they wanted like 2 first rounds in a second. I say give him a 1 and a 2 and then do the trade because he's worth it. Because the Dolphins are done with Tua. Tua is just not Tua. You know what I'm saying? So let him go somewhere else and develop. He's more of a backup quarterback, if you ask me, looking at him, how he played this year. But I think it's worth a first and a second for Deshaun.
And I heard that the Texans, the trade was kind of being done, and I heard the Texans at the last minute up the price. They started asking for more
stuff.
And now they're throwing a monkey wrench in the situation, and they got a little bit over 24 hours left to get.
They're gonna be stuck when they gotta pay him regardless. If he show up to the meetings and the practice, you gotta pay him. Why are you so stubborn? Why don't you just let the man go about his business? See how they in that mentality, Sabrina? Like, I'm gonna get you.
Yep, and how they're handling it, to me, it leads more and more for me to think that it's more them than him. Not saying the man's innocent, I don't know, but it's the Texans got some stuff going on with them. And DeAndre Hopkins was trying to tell us back in the day that stuff wasn't right. So
and JJ Watt told us he wasn't right because he left because of that, because he couldn't stomach seeing what they was doing to his teammates in the climate of because remember, their owner was the one that's coming from, we can't let the
prisoners,
inmates run the prison.
Right.
Man, get out of here. They getting greedy because now Miami going, okay, you can have the picks. Okay, but let's keep it real. You're gonna get a better quarterback than Deshaun, maybe. So you kind of, you know what I'm saying? He's still young. You're just gonna pay that money to somebody anyway,
right?
You know, because going rate for, like we said a couple of shows ago, is 40 million now, between 30 and 40 million per year. So you can pay that money and then some anyway. Might as well take Deshaun and get somebody else. But they just making my stomach turn. It's like you said, Sabrina. I'm more and more inclined to believe I smell a rat.
Now let me ask you this: could you see him in Washington? Would you want to see him in Washington?
Man, let me holler at you. I said this shows ago. What's wrong with it? He ain't. He not exempt, and he haven't been. And let me holler at you. I don't understand this part, Sabrina. They not deposing Deshaun till February 2022. The season gonna be over with. So why is you holding him up from playing? If y'all not even gonna sit him down to do the deposition after the Super Bowl, what kind of foolery is this?
It's stubbornness on the part of the team and the leadership.
They not even gonna set him down to even get his side of the story till February.
I don't know how
let him play.
I don't know how that man did with that. I would want to talk to everybody. Look, this is what happened. I don't know how he could sit back till February and not be able to say nothing.
Because he's still getting paid.
Well, yeah.
That's how he can sit back and not say nothing. I shut up too. You put solid gold steel masking tape over my But then I also heard they wanted to see what the DA was going to do. But if his deposition not to, what is you waiting on? Just they don't want to pay all the money, get them, and then nothing happens.
Correct.
I just believe nothing ain't gonna happen already, because if it was, it would have happened already.
Would have happened already. I agree. Now they're just going through the motions.
They just gonna pay. He gonna have to pay them, and you know what they're gonna do. I would say, give me the money to pay them, because if they lying and I believe in my innocence, Give me the money to pay them.
But he probably feels like if I'm innocent, paying them makes it look like I'm not.
And that's what he don't want to do. He don't want to pay them. The lawyer Ben said pay them off, and Deshaun is absolutely said I'm not because they're lying.
I think paying makes it look like you're guilty. So
I say let him play until he's charged.
All right.
So part 4 of As the Football Turns, all the evidence that Congress has requested is due tomorrow. And
I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to file some sort of motion to try to make it extension or something. They're going to stall.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in that organization today.
Yeah, me too. And it's funny because the NFL commissioner has already come out and said, I don't feel like that Washington should have to give up this information. He probably somewhere in there too. He probably trying to protect his own brand and his own league. He probably in there somewhere.
Man, all them dudes cricket. You think your boy Kraft got caught at the massage parlor? I bet you some stuff in them emails a lot worse than that.
It's got to be because they trying too hard to cover it up. I'm telling you, they're not gonna file it tomorrow. They're not.
What's that movie called? I can't stand because I think it's anti-whatever. The Da Vinci Code messages and that stuff.
It's a whole lot of stuff up in there.
Man. They can't turn them over, Sabrina. I think it's gonna be a Watergate Part 2. They gonna go in them, and somebody gonna get paid $1 billion to purge that file and then go. We can't get it back.
Yes, it's deleted. Something happened to.
You know what's gonna be the number one if any of them is mentioning that stuff? You know they roll together. Any of them politicians.
Oh please, in Washington, it's probably something
that's gonna make it go away, Sabrina. If any of them is involved, all they gotta do is say, well, your name on the email, or remember when we went down on that boat?
I knew stuff was wrong when the Washington radio announcer that's been here forever, just overnight, 24, 40 hours later, he was here Sunday and then gone a couple of days later, and it was like no fanfare, no explanation, he's just decided to move on because they said he was harassing the cheerleaders and stuff too, and the female employees too. And the lower ranked people just took the fall. And then now Gruden is a higher ranked person, which means it's probably some other people on his level or higher that's out there. And it's some stuff in them emails. They're going to stall.
But Sabrina, I hate to sound desensitized. Or I hate to be like, but we know they talk like that already. What's the big? Now the surprise with me is how he went across the board.
Right.
Like
he didn't leave nobody out.
They talk about us, black and brown people. But when I tell you that Bama ain't leaving one stone unturned.
Not a one.
He even got to the Peter people. You know what I'm saying?
You so silly. I said, who's the Peter people?
I'm just telling you. But I think it's awful that they have treated the women in the organization this way. Did you see on the sideline yesterday?
I did.
I saw her clearly yesterday. I can't wait to. For those y'all don't know, we reached out to her and she is willing to do a segment with us during the off season. So keep your fingers crossed and please pray for us. I'm gonna reach back out to her, but I clearly saw her yesterday. Them running backs not the issue. No. And they need to do that tangent. All three of them need to be in the game running. Because Gibson has his mom. McKissick is my number one.
No, that's been my number one. Don't even do it.
I got to get on your bandwagon now, baby. I like him. And I like Patterson.
Yeah, they don't use him enough. They don't use Patterson enough.
But they did yesterday. Hopefully they continue because he needs to get stronger. And they need to look. The season is a scratch. Why not let him play? But this is my thing.
Him and Reyes. This is the time. See what they can do.
Did they deport my dude or what? Because I haven't seen him.
See what they can do. Let's go.
We miss Logan.
We do.
And why you gonna put Reyes in there? I'm just curious. Like, what you holding off for?
So we're gonna have an update next Sunday on the Deshaun and Tua thing. We're gonna have an update on the Washington and congressional investigation. We're gonna have 10 hot topics next.
Now you gotta let a congressional investigation.
Girl. So now we've come to the part of the show where we're going to talk about how we did last week, which I think this is going to be a disaster. But let's talk about it. So the first game that we picked was the Packers and the Cardinals. We clearly talked about that earlier. We got that wrong.
Got it wrong. But I don't mind that, L, because all the evidence and all my due diligence studying, the Cardinals were supposed to win that game. So I don't mind that, L.
Okay. All right. So the next game we picked was the Titans versus the Colts, and we picked the Titans. And you
said, are now in the lead in the AFC.
I would never have thought that. I would have thought it was the Bills still, and it's not.
It's not. It's the Titans because they do those little algorithms of who they won, and did you beat more teams over 500 and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, they are now officially the number one team in the AFC.
And what's crazy to me, I would never have thought this. The Raiders are in second place in the AFC, then the Ravens. Because the Ravens and the Raiders have the same record, but I believe the Raiders may have beat them. That's why they're second.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, the Raiders beat the Ravens. Mm-hmm. Remember that? The first game, the mom messed that up. And then see what I'm saying? So my pick ain't even in the top 3. I'm telling you, Sabrina, picking the Super Bowl this year is a monkey, which is turkey shoot. That's how they call it.
A crap shoot.
Crap shoot or something. I don't know. But yeah, it ain't gonna be easy.
Yeah, so the Titans are in first place. What kind of Twilight Zone is this? I know they have to down in Tennessee. Okay, next we did the Steelers and the Browns. And I wish I meant to mark down how we picked these games and I didn't. The Steelers versus the Browns is next. And I can't remember.
I remember.
Oh, why she leaning back? That means I didn't get it right. You picked the Steelers. I picked the Browns.
I sure did. And you crazy for not doing. I ain't gonna call you crazy. You was a little bit.
My screen. Wait a minute.
I know, right?
I'm back. I'm back.
So yeah, man, I thought because whoever Roethlisberger, remember Wayfair was out.
What's his name, Gwen?
You know, I know his name.
Stop is calling him Wayfair. That is so funny. Wayfair.
So Baker is out. So I told you Ben was going to be better than any quarterback they had, and they eat by 15-10.
So I got that one wrong. I told I had a disaster.
Right. You coming up, we got a couple wrong. Keep going.
Here's the next one. We called this one and we were way wrong. Eagles versus the Lions. We thought maybe the Lions could get a win. It was a, what you call it, a gorilla stomp?
Man.
The Lions only even scored a point, did they? They didn't even score.
They did. They got 6.
Oh, they
6 or 10. But when you did the other team get 44, you might as well call it a gorilla stomp. You ain't coming back on that. How in the world that happened? Girl, I'm watching the game. I saw like the highlights. I couldn't really watch all of it. But I'm like,
I sat there and watched it. Yeah. And I'm saying, okay, they got 7, they got 14, they got 21. It's over. I already knew. It was bad. Man. Okay. The next one that we chose was the Rams versus the Texans. We both chose the Rams, right?
That was easy.
So we got another one right. Praise the Lord. Next, we talked about this game, the Bucs and the Saints, and that did not end how. Well, wait, did we? No, we split on this. I picked who I picked.
I don't think we split on this. We both went with the Bucs, Sabrina.
Did we?
Yes, you ain't rooting for no Jameis,
right? So I picked
we both took an L on this one, but I think the half of the planet did. Come on now.
Yeah. So that was unexpected. Washington and Denver,
now that's one we got wrong.
We got almost all of them wrong. I think
exactly.
You did better than I did.
I told you it's April Fool's Day. Went on Halloween.
Cowboys and Vikings. We got that one wrong. You know what? I was watching the Vikings offense. This is just a sidebar. I think people should take those little passing plays out of their playbook, where the quarterback throws the ball to the receiver or the running back and they're starting behind the line of scrimmage. Why would you call a play where you're starting out when they catch the ball behind the line of scrimmage? That's idiotic. And the Vikings did it over and over. Why are you calling plays where you're starting out in the negative? Even on 1st and 10. It wasn't like 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1. 1st and 10, a little behind the line of scrimmage. You're not going to get anywhere with that. They had ample time to beat Dallas, and they just called the dumbest plays.
Play calling. I would pay my play caller $20 million a year because he's going to win the game. And we have an issue with that too. I don't think they call the correct plays when they're supposed to. They waste too many. Or like I told you when we first started our first episode, remember that, Sabrina, when I said, I will take that first down and just chuck that thing forward and I can get it down the field. What you gonna do then?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's like play calling stuff. The Vikings should have won that game. That was on them.
They had ample opportunity.
Cooper Rush, he did it at the end, but they could have had 60,000 points before it got to that point.
Exactly.
You let the Cowboys hang around, they like an old rash. If you don't continuously treat it, they're not gonna go away. It's gonna come back on you. You got to treat that junk with some antibiotics. You know what I'm saying? You let it hang around and you don't deal with it and you don't put it to rest, they're gonna come back.
I might have to cut this part out, y'all. She talking about a rash. I'm a little concerned.
Sabrina, see, getting back to your Cowboy thing, I'm gonna play Red S's Body Snatchers next video. If you take up for dollars one more time, if you use them in one more notch, your body has been snatched, just not bean. This not my bean. I call them a rag. If I call them the dirt or the earth, you're supposed to be like, yeah.
I'm saying use another analogy. We ain't got to talk about no rag.
Okay. They like an old dirty rag. If you let it stand around, eventually it's going to become an eyesore and it's going to be so nasty you ain't going to want to touch it. Then it's going to, you know what I'm saying, spread. Get rid of them. If you have an opportunity to put dollars away, you put them away. You do not keep calling these funky plays and kicking field goals and all that other stuff. You have to score on them because it's in them to fight back. Mm-hmm. We in a worst league in the worst division in NFL, people say. So we are used to crawling and scratching to get every point. Mm-hmm. If you don't put them away, they're gonna come back on you. And that's just what happened yesterday.
Yep. So we chose wrong on that. Well, no, we did choose the Cowboys. I'm sorry.
We did, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, exactly. And the final game that we picked was the Giants and the Chiefs, which as of taping this, it has not occurred yet. It's this evening. So we'll see how we did with it.
But I'm confident in the Chiefs. I don't think they're going to lose this one.
Yeah, we kind of cheated on this pick. We said if Mahomes is in, then the Chiefs will win. And if he's not, then the Giants will win. So we kind of...
Is he in? He's in. They're going to win.
All right. So that's week 8. It was a rough one. So with that being said, we're going to wipe the slate clean. And we're going to go to our week 9 picks. Our first game, Raiders versus the Giants in New York. Raiders. I agree. Next up is a good one. It's the Battle of Ohio. The Bengals versus the Browns.
Man.
In Cleveland. I don't know who to pick, man.
I'm going with the Bengals.
I'm leaning towards the Bengals also because the Browns.
I don't think Baker back in here.
Bengals. Yeah, I'm with you with the Bengals on that one. Okay, next is Broncos and the Cowboys in Dallas. Yeah. Now, this next one is very interesting because it's the teams that we just talked about with that quarterback trade. It's the Houston Texans versus the
Dolphins. Yes. Man, I hope they get this. I hope they get them in the game.
Wouldn't that be funny?
He gonna monkey stomp them.
Who gonna monkey stomp who?
If Deshaun and Tua switch out by tomorrow, Texans winning that game. I mean, the Dolphins winning that game.
Yes, okay.
If they switch out, the Dolphins win. If they don't, Tua gonna win.
Yes, agreed. So we have to put both helmets down there. So the condition is, say it again.
If they switch out and Deshaun goes to Miami got that game.
Yes.
But if they leave everything like it is and Deshaun doesn't get traded, the Dolphins got it.
I agree. Absolutely agree. Oh, that's going to be intriguing. Okay, we got 4 more to pick, y'all. We got the Chargers at the Eagles in Philadelphia.
Chargers.
They've been falling off the last couple weeks.
But they're going to beat the Eagles. But wait a minute, maybe Jalen going to get his...
I'm going with Philadelphia just because I feel like they got to break through at some point. They got to get the monkey off their back. I'm picking the Eagles.
Chargers.
Okay. I thought you was going to come over here for a second. All right. Next, we have the Packers versus the Chiefs in Kansas City. Packers.
Count me down, Bing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Packers, but I'm sitting my homeboy.
Okay.
Packers.
That's your final answer, as they say on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Your final answer?
Final answer.
Okay. All right. Oh boy. We're going to see if you should have stuck to your thought.
I know, right?
All right, 2 more. The Titans versus the Rams in LA. That should be a good one.
Man.
Oh.
Man. So the Rams defense can handle Henry. It's all about who could contain Henry.
I feel like the Titans.
That Bama gets 7 yards per carry. So if you limit his access to the ball, then you could beat them. But
I'm picking the Rams.
Me too.
Oh, okay.
I don't think somebody gonna get him.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah, this is one of the ones I'm on the fence.
But you sticking with the Rams?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams.
All right, me too. All right, final is the Cardinals versus the 49ers in San Francisco.
Cardinals. Is Murray hurt, Kyla? Remember he was limping.
Not that
then it's in Cardinals. They're not gonna lose turnaround.
Why do I feel like this could be an upset?
It probably can, because Galapagos looked good yesterday.
Now you got to count me down. Oh, this is stressful.
4, 3, 2, 1. I'm just joking.
No, wait.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cardinals. I want to say 49ers though. Cardinals. Okay, Cardinals. Forget it. Cardinals. Now Washington has the week off, so we didn't pick them because
thank God.
So that's the one we know they're gonna win this week.
This is the only time we get a win. Thank goodness, because I just ew.
We've reached the part where we're going to talk about what we're going to do for the month of November for our health. So back in October, we did a 30-30-30 challenge, which was something that Gwen came up with. 30 minutes of
devotion, reading, or praying, meditating.
30 minutes of
walking
for 30 days.
And I must say, I am 6 pounds lighter.
Well, all right.
Thank you, God. So I struggle with breakfast working from home because I like to eat sausages, pancakes, pasta, all those things. Mm-hmm. So the Holy Spirit telling me, now you got to do the nutritional part. So I thought we'd do a shake for breakfast for the month of November. So we're going to continue walking. We're going to continue doing the 30 minutes of walking. And you should already have that 30-minute of your quiet time with God anyway. Mm-hmm. So that's just to boost that. But let's add one thing. Now we're going to do a shake for breakfast for the month of November.
And what we're going to do is we're going to give you like a little example of what you could do. You can make up your own combinations of shakes in the morning or smoothie, whatever you want to call it. But it's the substitute in place of your breakfast just this month, because we know Thanksgiving is here. We ain't crazy. So we know you're going to eat. But for breakfast, we're going to replace our breakfast with a smoothie. So Gwen is going to give us our first smoothie example. Here it is.
Okay, everyone, here we go. I use a cup of spring mix, a cup of frozen fruit, half a cup of water, a fourth a cup of oats, and a teaspoon of honey. So this is the finished product. Now let's taste. Not bad, but you should sure put a little bit more honey than 1 teaspoon.
Now remember, there's no right or wrong to your making your smoothie, but it should be beneficial. So don't add too much sweet, and definitely include some green, some roughage. Like for me, Sabrina put oatmeal on my plate. I was like, I can do that, but my roughage is spring mix. I can do spring mix all day, every day.
So and mine is kale. I love kale.
Yeah, so I'm not a kale or spinach person, but I can do spring mix all day. So hopefully we can rock jumpstart our healthy challenge for November. Is we gonna call it moving smoothies.
We moving some things.
Moving smoothies.
I will say I do the smoothies in the morning, maybe 3 times a week anyway. But I will tell you that what you just said is true. It does move some things. It will be a more frequent
smoothies. Now mine is is not a mover. Mine is an energy. If you look up the ingredients that I use, it's for energy, B12, da 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 da. But Beanie got one next week that's a mover.
Not necessarily a mover, you know.
I think it is. I tried it one time and I was one and done. But it's good. It's great. I felt cleaner. I can't. We're gonna stay away from that, but don't worry about it. But we got some good ones coming up.
Yes, every week we're gonna give you a new smoothie. So Gwen, kick this off. Good job.
You know, I like more sweet. And getting to the sweet. We got the results in from the grits challenge last week. Now, I must say I was highly disturbed because some of these things I got back, I wouldn't feed them to my dog if I had one.
Oh, come on, there wasn't
wait a minute, I got it. You don't know what I'm about to say. Man, y'all messing these grits all the way up. So we put the challenge out there. Everybody respond. So my family has a habit of not responding in the YouTube, but they'll respond to my phone. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to cheat. Y'all know, be honest, because it's not about, I want to get the word out. So the popular way to eat grits in my family and the people that responded to me is butter, salt, and pepper. No sugar, no cheese.
Yeah, okay. I can respect these.
But the strangest one I got and I heard of was butter, salt, pepper, and cinnamon.
That sounds like oatmeal.
That sounds like a hot mess. So to each his own with the grits. I understand. I get it. And I thoroughly, you know, my cousin checked me. She's like, Gouda, you all Gwen. Well, that's my family. She's like, Gouda, you always get shrimp and grits when we go to this succotash. Mm-hmm. But that don't have butter or sugar in it. I said, but it got gravy. You put gravy on anything, it's gonna be a winner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it looks like Sabrina and I are both on the side, but the majority rules, they said no sugar, no cheese, just salt, pepper, and butter.
And I can respect it. I can deal with that, as long as I don't have sugar in it.
As long as I don't have cheese. But I thought about it. You tend to eat grits the way your mama and your parents eat grits. So that tend to, one of your parents, like, and that cheese come from the South thing, because I remember I sent my daughter down there, North Carolina, and when Jazzy came back, she was putting cheese in the grits. I say, where'd you get this nasty habit from? And she was like, Daddy showed me. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, nope. I don't know. You can't go over his house no more for a minute, because this is crazy.
But correctly.
But then she added the sugar back in it. So my baby, even though she a sellout, sided with you, but I remember when she used to put sugar and cheese in it.
People grow and learn the right way to do things. And so they, you know. And on that note, I have a little song. I have a song for you that I'm going to play.
Oh, my Lord. No, you didn't pull up that. Okay.
It is entitled, Sugar Don't Belong in Grits. Hit it.
Sugar don't go on grits. Sure as I'm John P. Key. If you need some sugar, go get you some cream of wheat. Hey, somebody go tell Kev on stage. Fred Hammond, you know better. What they wrote on the box was a trick, because sugar just don't go. Sugar don't go. Hey, sugar don't go on my grits. No. Sugar don't go, don't you go. Sugar don't go, sugar don't go. Sugar don't go. Sugar don't go on grits, no. Sugar don't go on them grits.
Damn.
Sabrina!
Hit it.
Hit it. How this fool gonna make a song? Man, he a sellout too. How you eat grits and it's not?
Now, moving on.
That ain't right. That ain't right. With my version.
Right.
Somebody out there got to agree with me.
You
that ain't hardly
right. Say sugar going grits. Where's that song at?
Sabrina enjoying her smoothie. Show them your smoothie, baby.
Oh no, it looks like a hot mess now. Okay. So first of all, this is my football glass. I don't know if you can see the yard.
Oh, I see the emblem. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the football.
But see, she's starting us off right. Show them, baby.
So this is probably the smoothie I'm going to make y'all for next week, and I'm not going to tell you what's in it. You just got to wait and be surprised. That's the wrong
color for me. I don't like drinking no brown.
I know it looks like cement, but it tastes so good.
Sabrina, that's what I was thinking about.
It ain't. You know what? I'll just leave the dark chocolate out.
Sabrina,
we'll just talk about that next week.
That's the wrong color. I don't know about y'all.
I know.
But it's going to be a hard time swallowing now.
I know. I'll leave the chocolate out so it'll look nice and blue.
Amen.
Thank you for staying to the end, everybody. I always enjoy doing these shows with Gwen. I enjoy you all tuning in and commenting, and it's always such fun. We're at the halfway point of the season, so we're going to see what the rest of this season will hold. Next week's show should be a doozy, so get ready.
Thanks. Y'all on early. We're gonna make sure we get y'all try to get y'all this thing out early.
We'll try our best for sure. But until then, I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Gwen. Stay safe, stay blessed, subscribe. Bye.